We are back with some more shower thoughts and Satisfactory. So let's get started here with the first shower thought. Um, this user says the richest people list in actuality is the legally richest people, which is only close to the actual richest people list. There are tons of illegal super rich people. So that's an interesting thought because like there are probably tons of people who've gotten their wealth illegally that we'll never know about if they're never caught. Kind of like Walter White from that one hit series. Oh, I know Walter White's fiction, or Breaking Bad is fiction, but kind of like that sort of same vein of thought. Yeah, no. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure that there's lots of really rich people that do illegal things anyways. This user here says, a group chat named after you is the one you're least likely to be in. That's kind of sad to think about, but like they're all probably talking bad about you. They all just hate your guts so much that they have a group chat named after you where they talk real bad about you. You know, I if you were in this situation, then I'd probably just not worry about it too much. If they don't like you that much, then whatever, you know. This user says that when you wake up and roll over in the in bed, sorry, not in the morning, in bed, it's like changing the channels on the dreams you're having. Does everybody like? I guess if you do wake up and then go back to bed, you most likely will have a different dream, but sometimes you'll have the same dream. Maybe sometimes. I don't know. I don't know if you'll always have this different dream, but that's a fun thought. This next user says that blind people would be really good at picking locks and cracking safes. So that's interesting to think about, cause like if you don't know, picking locks is all about feeling. I don't know how cracking safes works, but picking locks is all about feeling, and sometimes that audible feedback. But yeah, that's something that blind people can definitely excel in. I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that. This next user says that your future self is watching you right now through your memories. That is, yeah, that's pretty true. Hi, future self. But yeah. If you're doing anything weird right now, just know that, or anything cringy, just know that your future self is looking back with lots of regret. This next user says that we just automatically assume that eggs in recipes means chicken eggs. Yeah, I mean, what other eggs would would you use? They're just the most common, I guess, unless otherwise specified. But I wouldn't use any other eggs for like baking or cooking, unless like I had a good reason for it. I don't know if like stuff like ostrich eggs or other eggs, quail eggs, are more expensive, but definitely less common than just chicken eggs. So, yeah, that definitely makes sense. That we just assume that eggs are in recipes means chicken eggs, and not something like uh, a penguin egg or whatever. Um, do quail eggs taste good? I actually don't know if quail eggs taste good. Um, I I don't think I've had other eggs other than chicken eggs. So I'll have to broaden my palate a bit in the future. This next user says that we always tell young aspiring artists that they'll make no money, but we almost never tell young aspiring lawyers or doctors they'll have loans to pay off. Very true. Very, very true. I think the reason for this is that um, art is just very hard to make money from. Whereas lawyers and doctors, like, there's good careers in being a lawyer or a doctor, and you'll make quite a bit of money. So for um, for aspiring lawyers and doctors, it's not a matter of if they pay off their loans, but more so when will they finally pay off their loans. I think that's a big thing. But yeah, the loans for that kind of thing will be very, very very, very high for those careers, because you not only have college, but you'll also have like medical school for and law school. And for lawyers, you probably have to pass you will have to pass the bar exam. This next user says the first horse to be ridden must have been really surprised, and yeah, I think I'd be pretty surprised too if someone just drew a saddle on me and started riding me, you know? Do you think he got, like, kicked off? How did that even... Who conceived the idea of riding horses? I really don't know. Is it the same guy who made Chicken Jockey? Horse Jockey? Yeah. But yeah, I know someone who like got called Idiot Jockey by some little kids. Thought that was pretty funny. Idiot Jockey would actually make me cry if someone called me Idiot Jockey.
Milestone reached. Supply the molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, with local resources to research and develop new technologies. Potential technologies include exploration tools, weapons, and factory buildings. These are essential for maximizing your Pioneer efficiency in alignment with Fixit's core pillars: construct, automate, explore, and exploit. To advance Fixit's mission, all notable phenomena, resources, technology, or other influence should be investigated regardless of any perceived danger, as stated in the Pioneer contract.
This user says that people are often hesitant to spend more money than necessary, but won't think twice about procrastinating their time away, and that's very true. Unfortunately, yeah, a lot of people are very, very, very smart with their money, but when it comes to time and like it's just kind of a trap, you know, like um scrolling reels, definitely. That is definitely a big trap that you can definitely fall into very easily. So um but some people do spend do both, and that's very bad. That is um I hope those people can find ways to be more financially literate and use their time more wisely. That'd be probably be a good thing, you know. That is a very unfortunate situation to be in. Um, this next user says the banning of honey in bee movie would lead to an overproduction in Barry's hive if honey wasn't already being harvested from his hive. That's actually I actually don't think the bee movie makes much sense. I don't think that's a crazy take, but I don't really understand the bee movie that much. um yeah, how did the lady fall in love with the bee? That's just it's very weird, very weird. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say about that one. This next post is from Random Thoughts, and this user says the word Q is just the word, or the letter Q, followed by 4 silent letters, waiting in line. And that is something to think about. The word Q is a queue. It's a line. All these letters waiting patiently, waiting their turn. Eventually we'll call Q a U. Standing in a U. Then. And then we're gonna be standing in an E next. That is... Okay. We have another shower thought here. This user says if dogs sweated like human beings, they probably would not be popular pets. Valid. Valid. I don't think I'd want a dog that sweats. Dude, like in Diary of a Wimpy Kid when Roderick gets the dog bowl, it says sweaty. Oh man, that's a funny movie, guys. It got some gems in there. But isn't there another way that dogs cool off? Like instead of sweating, they pant. That kind of cools them off. Yeah, this this next user says in bathrooms, a wet door handle should be more comforting than a dry one. I guess the sort of line of thinking here is that wet door handle indicates that people are washing their hands. You know, after they urinate, after they defecate, so on and so forth. But I don't know, it feels weird, you know? Like, I don't want to touch a wet door handle. It's, yeah, not sure if I'm totally on board with it. But, you know, that's... At least people are washing their hands. Well, maybe washing their hands. Yeah, you know, it could be urine. You know, you never know if someone's just urinating on their hands to put on the door handle. So, so yeah, thank you again for watching this video. If you made it to the end, I'd appreciate it if you threw a subscription my way, and a like and comment, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.